You know that sound, that little rumble you hear from your child's room at night? It's easy to just think, oh, how cute, and not give it a second thought. But you're going to want to stick around for this. We're about to explore why that seemingly innocent snoring could actually be a really important clue about your child's overall health. Let's get into what that sound is truly trying to tell you. And right out of the gate, we have this powerful statement from Dr. Jiyoung Jung. Now, the goal here isn't to scare you, it's to get you thinking. Because snoring isn't just a sound, it's a signal. The real question is, are we listening to what it's saying?
And that really is the heart of the matter, isn't it? That little noise coming from their bedroom, it's not just random. You can actually think of it as a direct message, a little red flag their body is raising about how well they're breathing while they sleep.
Okay, so first things first. Let's totally reframe how we think about this. This is all about making a mental shift, from seeing snoring as just some cute little personality quirk to understanding it for what it is, a physical signal that has real meaning. Here's the most important distinction. We're not talking about the stuffy nose snoring your kid has when they get a cold. No, we're talking about habitual snoring, the kind that happens night after night after night. That consistent sound is a huge clue that something might be partially blocking their airway, making it tough for them to get the air they need. It's a symptom of a deeper issue.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. The effects of that breathing issue at night, they don't just disappear when the sun comes up. In fact, they often show up during the day, wearing a really clever disguise.
In this slide right here, this is where all the dots connect. As a parent, you see these things during the day, right? The fidgeting, the trouble paying attention in school. Maybe they're a little more emotionally reactive or just seem tired all the time. It is so easy to just write that off as kids being kids. But what if it's not? What if these are the direct results of a child who simply isn't getting that deep, restorative sleep because something is physically getting in the way of their breathing? And this quote just hits the nail on the head. It forces us to ask, are we dealing with a behavior problem, or is it actually a breathing problem that just looks like a behavior problem? That is a total game changer in how we approach helping our kids.
So, if it's a breathing problem, you're probably wondering what's causing it. Let's dig into the why behind it all, the actual physical structures that make up your child's airway.
See, an airway is a real physical space, and a few key things can make that space smaller. For example, a narrow upper jaw, or palate, might not give the tongue enough room to rest properly. A lower jaw that's set too far back can kind of pinch the airway from behind. Even where the tongue sits at rest, or things like large tonsils, can create a serious bottleneck for airflow. These are all about how your child is developing.
And you can't just guess about this stuff. To really see what's going on, experts now use amazing 3D imaging technology. It's like a special CT scan that maps out your child's entire airway, jaw, and facial structure in 3 dimensions. This gives them the complete picture, not just a flat, 2-dimensional guess.
Okay, so we've identified the problem, we know what can cause it, so what does the solution actually look like? Well, it's about so much more than just making the snoring stop. It's really about paving the way for a child's healthy overall development.
This is where Dr. Jung's comprehensive philosophy comes in, what she calls the 3 pillars of well-being. It all starts with Pillar 1, structural balance. This makes perfect sense, right? Making sure the body, the jaw, and the teeth are all aligned and working together properly. Pillar 2 is chemical balance. Think about it. When sleep is disrupted, it can throw our hormones and body chemistry way out of whack. And Pillar 3 is emotional balance. Because as any parent knows, a well-rested, well-breathing child is a happier, more regulated child. They're all connected.
One of the primary tools in this approach is something called a guided growth oral appliance. Now, this isn't about forcing anything. It's a simple, non-invasive device that's only worn at night. And what it does is it works with a child's own natural growth patterns to gently widen the upper jaw. The whole goal is to create more space, which helps the tongue rest in the right spot and, you guessed it, opens up the airway.
And here's the part that might really surprise you. This kind of intervention can start as early as age 3. Why so early? Because at that age, a child's jaw and facial structures are still so incredibly moldable. Getting in there during that key window of growth can be unbelievably effective. And the positive effects? Oh, they go way beyond just a quiet bedroom. We are talking about setting a foundation for lifelong health. This can lead to wider dental arches, which means more room for straight teeth. It promotes healthy nasal breathing instead of mouth breathing. It can even lead to better facial symmetry. And for a lot of kids, taking care of this early on can dramatically reduce or even completely eliminate the need for braces later on. Now, if this whole idea of connecting the mouth to the rest of the body fascinates you, you've got to check out Dr. Jung's viral TEDx talk. It's called "The Teeth Are a Gateway to Your Well-Being," and it really dives deep into how our oral health is the cornerstone of our overall health. It's an incredible watch.
But at the end of the day, it all comes down to this. Your intuition as a parent is so powerful. This quote is just a reminder to trust that gut feeling. If you've got that quiet little voice in the back of your head telling you something's not quite right with your child's sleep or their breathing, listen to it. That concern is absolutely worth exploring. Which really brings us to the big question. Now that you've seen the connection between snoring, daytime behavior, and long-term development, is it maybe time to get some real answers with a comprehensive airway evaluation?
If you're in the Mansfield area and want to learn more from Dr. Jiyoung Jung, the expert we've been hearing from, here's all her information. Getting a clear picture with an early evaluation really can be one of the most powerful things you do for your child's future health and happiness.